Shalom, John. My name is Yehoshua Ya'acov, formerly Michael O'Donnell. Um, I come from also a long line of. I was named after Michael Francis O'Donnell. I'm now Yehoshua Ya'acov. I live in Jerusalem. Um, I'm the author of the trilogy Humanomics, which is the new. It's the model that it's the East-West convergence model for the post-collapse of the local reality globally. Most people don't even know what the collapse of the local reality globally is, and I'll explain it and have in other videos. But right now, to the point of this video, the Humanomics trilogy is comprised of two paradigms: the new cognitive behavioral science paradigm and the new economic paradigm. And the reason that I spoke about my background, Michael Francis O'Donnell, who I'm named after, was a war hero in the RFB, RDB, Royal Dublin Fusiliers, heavily decorated. And my grandmother, my father's mother's brother, Pat Sweeney, was the recognized welterweight champion of the world, who fought some 70 some odd rounds with Sam Langford, and so we come from. My background was also from fighters, and I didn't know until late in life also why I was endowed with this, because I had to face a very big test. But that's another story. Look, the reason for this video is to say to you first, I have the greatest profound respect for the man that you are. You've been tested in the crucible, the fires, and you have great faith, no doubt about it. But the faith in your country, nationalism, doesn't impress me. I'm an American citizen, and I have great faith in God and love of my country. But I want to suggest a very different order, at least from my perspective. Faith in God is absolutely first, and you agree with that. But faith in yourself comes before faith in your country, because when you draw close and have very strong and enduring faith in God, you have revealed to you who the authentic you is, and it's only in this context that you can love yourself, your wife, your children, your family, and others in your country. And that's really, I think, the redemptive order. Okay, the collapse of the local reality means the model of exile, which is giving to receive, is collapsed. The quantum reality is receiving to give. For man to ascend and inhabit the quantum reality, which is redemption. That's receiving to give. The new economic paradigm. Okay, the election is going to, the winner take all sweepstakes, the prize, the winning bid for the White House is going to devolve from one thing, and you now, in this video, you're going to have the opportunity to run with the ball, and if it's God's will that you're to be the president, so be it. The new economic paradigm has to be and will be the central organizing principle. It'll become the policy of the next presidency. It will be mandated in law that there will be built a new world-class global technological infrastructure to retool, re-educate, and retrain the entire U.S. workforce. And this is what will make America the most competitive, advanced, technologically advanced, sustainable growth economy in the world. It'll take America. And by the way, I'm an American citizen, and I'm not a dual citizen. It'll take us from 14 trillion to 42 trillion. It'll triple the purchasing power of the dollar. It'll eliminate the national debt. Excuse me. It will eliminate the trade deficit, and it will eliminate the Social Security deficit. It will provide national insurance from cradle to grave free, and it will run surpluses sufficient to transform the employment structures of the G9, as well as raise up and transform the extreme conditions of poverty, disease, and illiteracy in the LDCs. It's a win-win situation. I'm the author of the trilogy Humanomics. It's about 2,500 pages in its fifth draft with a few hundred graphics. And without getting into the esoterics, the econometric picture is not a rosy scenario. This is world-class science and technology. This is the win-win situation. This is the vision based upon international content. I am the author of Humanomics in general, and it's two paradigms: the cognitive behavioral science paradigm, which is receiving to give, which is the central organizing principle of Humanomics, and its new economic paradigm, the integration of labor, which replaces the industrial model of the division of labor. And Humanomics is a white space science combining both cognitive and behavioral sciences. Did biochemistry combine biology and chemistry, which makes it by default the humanities' new center of gravity. Having said these few things, they're not boasts. Coming out from Jerusalem is world-class science and technology. I'm advised by people who have the big picture that the market cap value of the intellectual property of the new economic paradigm alone is in the range of hundreds of billions of dollars. Well, that would make me very rich, but there's a different plan in mind. The bottom line is the bias that the opposing candidates have brought out of the policies and practices of Washington that favors disproportionately Wall Street over Main Street. One is organized, the other is not, and in between, organized labor, the AFL-CIO is completely asleep, so there's been a very dramatically enlarging pie and an ever decreasing percentage or share of the pie for the working people. The new economic paradigm, its development as world-class technological infrastructures earlier articulated, will be employing tens of thousands. At the end of year one of the project will be employing tens of thousands of domestic content jobs for Americans that will sustain through years 11 and 12, with the out years when there will be full employment and not based upon the 4% constructs of today's claims of what defines full employment. Having said that, there'll be real full employment. Having said that, the average index wages by year 5 and 6 will be double, and by years 12 through 14 and 15 they will be triple. And there will be a very full and broad participation. How will this arrive and evolve? The workers in America, the people who build, look, the future of America's economy is the tens of millions and eventually 100 million plus, the masses of people who are educated, trained, are the future of the American economy. They will own the world-class global technological infrastructure based on Humanomics in general, and its two paradigms in particular. And I will create, and I'm in the process in the trilogy of defining the particularities by which this will occur. And the result at the end of the day will be the delivery of the promise of democracy, not the articulation that turns out to be an empty bucket with holes in the bottom, where we see a very disproportionate sharing of the wealth and the American dream. And we will end the endemic and systemic racism and discriminations, economic and otherwise, behavioral, cognitive, and we will begin with the children by educating them to an integral self-esteem, whether white, black, Hispanic, or whatever. Okay, that said, this is my dream for Americans. I'm Yehoshua Ya'acov, formerly Michael O'Donnell. It's the new economic paradigm. It's the winner take all prize for the presidential election. I bless you, John McCain, and we love you very much, and we wish you Godspeed. And now you have the articulation. You can take it and run with it and do as you will. It's with my blessing. Having said that, I'm Yehoshua Ya'acov from Jerusalem, and thank you for listening. And we bless you and receive it to give. Amen.